Thank you for joining us. Here we are, another World Cup 2022 game brought to you in this off-tube independent studio-based commentary. My name is Cameron Pope. I'll be taking you through two full times. Today we've got Croatia versus Canada. Two teams without a goal, without a win, coming into this second group match. Things are starting to heat up. The ball travels all the way downfield and into the grateful palms of the Canadian goalkeeper, Milan Borjan, and I'll go through those sides for you now. Starting with the Canadians, who are playing in an all-black chain strip today. So Milan Borjan in net, back three of Kamal Miller, Stephen Vittoria and Alistair Johnson. The four in midfield from left to right. We have Richie Laryea on the right-hand side. Atiba Hutchinson in the middle, the oldest World Cup player in the outfield in Qatar this time around. Stephen Eustachio and Alphonso Davies across the middle. Jonathan David leading on the left-hand side as he does. Trying to get himself on the opposing side and into the danger zone. It's whipped in towards the back post. There's the header and there's the goal. It's the first goal for Canada in a World Cup. They've barely got off the mark. And it's Alphonso Davies. Who else? Barely a minute played, across from deep, swung in towards the Bayern Munich man. He heads down into the turf. He's mobbed by his teammates. Croatia don't know what has hit them. It wasn't even time to get through the whole starting 11, and their main man has put them into the lead. Well, it all started from Milan Borjan at the whole other end of the field. A long swinging ball forward to Cyle Larin, who took it down out of the sky. Options were coming forward. The ball was swung in. Croatia's defence just seemed to stop, and Alphonso Davies buries his header past the goalkeeper. And after now 2 minutes of play, it's Croatia 0, Canada 1. And there was no stopping Alphonso Davies. He threw himself at the cross, which was delivered beautifully right onto his head. Alphonso Davies, to the delight of Canucks supporters inside the stadium, has put Canada into the lead. Now they toil for 90 minutes against Belgium, missed the penalty, struggled to get themselves into a rhythm. Well, they've certainly done that now, and they're going again down the left-hand side. Here's Davies looking for a second, gets a cross in. It will hit Modric and go for a throw. So I'll continue that Canadian 11. Jonathan David and Tajon Buchanan are the wingers, and Cyle Larin up front. But it's all about Alphonso Davies in these opening couple of minutes. Croatia, well, Dominik Livakovic, the goalkeeper, has already had to pick the ball out of his net. He's behind the back four of Josip Juranovic, Dejan Lovren, Josko Gvardiol and Borna Sosa. Luka Modric, Marcelo Brozovic and Mateo Kovacic. Well, a stunned midfield three. Marko Livaja and Ivan Perisic playing around Andre Kramaric, and what a job they will have to do. Alphonso Davies, 11th goal for Canada. And with that, the Canadians avoid being only the second side to draw 5 blanks in their first 5 World Cup games. That honour stays with Bolivia. So Croatia, in their traditional checkered red and white shirts, will have to come from behind. The first goal in Canadian history at the World Cup finals. It's taken them a long time to reach their second. 3 goalless games at Mexico 86, finished bottom of a group containing the Soviet Union, France and Hungary. The second game of that World Cup followed on from an equally positive showing, just like the one they had this time around. 1-0 loss to Belgium. They were beaten 1-0 by France in that opener in Leon. And down 2-0 to Hungary. In that game they conceded a second-minute goal. Well, it's a reversal this time. They lead against the 2018 finalists. The ball tight to the Canadian corner flag, and Kamal Miller trying to work himself out of a tight situation. We use Richie Laryea. The Forest man skips forward. So this is the Davies, and it's overrun the touchline on the near side, so that will be a throw-in to the Croats as Zlatko Dalic looks on. There was a bit of a war of words between himself and John Herdman, who had a news language I won't repeat over this commentary to rile his side up following their Belgium defeat. Zlatko Dalic criticised the Gateshead native for a lack of respect for his Croatia side. He was certainly left reeling after the opening salvos Croatia looking for a way back into this game already. They trail by a goal to nil in 5 minutes as the Croats hold it on halfway. Juranovic back into the defence, and Lovren under pressure from Alphonso Davies, who's a left-back but spends very little of his time in the defensive role. Harry's nuzzles and the ball goes all the way back to Livakovic. Gvardiol on the left side of the defence rolls the ball forward into Lovren. Slow pace from Croatia. Juranovic trying to get away. Alphonso Davies down the near side, Croatian right, forced to go back inside his own half again. It'll be interesting to see how the European outfit respond. Tejan Buchanan chasing only shadows as the Croats move themselves out of their own half. Kovacic forward, up towards Kramaric. Long swinging crossfield ball, he's taking it down in the corner of the Canadian area. And he's up against Atiba Hutchinson, gets the cross in, it wobbles towards the goalkeeper who lost it for a second and then caught it on the second time of asking. Shaky one for Milan Bojan. It was an awkward swinging catch. Kramaric turning and twisting on the edge of the penalty area, swung it towards the goalkeeper who, all in blue, caught it underneath his crossbar, parried and then clasped it to his chest a second later in the 6-yard box. Into 6.5 minutes, it's Croatia 0, Canada 1. Alphonso Davies' goal as Eustaquio brings the ball down for the Canucks inside their own half, swings it forward. Is there a way through down the left-hand side? Lorea couldn't find a way down the right, so he's forced to go back inside his own half. Davies coming across the block, ball down the line again. Run back by the Canadians, Lorea. Forward by Atiba Hutchinson. Now room for Davies. It's quite clear to see that Canada's system is built around the Bayern man who's battling with Luka Modric. Modric wins out in that affair. Brozovic taking it back for Croatia just inside their own half. It's put down the line by Ivan Perisic towards Kramaric. Won't get to it though. Canadians win it back. Taken down by Steven Eustaquio. Down to the right-hand side. Tejan Buchanan with that lovely ball in for the opener. Down the right-hand side again. Comes up against Borna Sosa. Sosa wins it back. Forward to Luka Modric. And again, Croatia find themselves hitting a bit of a brick wall in the centre of that park. Trying to find a way forward. Kramaric swinging a long crossfield ball deep into the Canadian half. This one has Johnston underneath it. Atiba Hutchinson controls, moves it forward. Now Tejan Buchanan with a lovely twist and a turn. And he's herring down the right-hand side now. Up against Luka Modric. Stiff opposition to try and get the cross in. He's got Hutchinson teeing him up inside. Hutchinson's a little slow getting to the ball though. The Croats win it back on the edge of their own area. Kovacic into Modric. Modric standing on the ball, looking for a way forward. Has to go back in the end. A little effort to drive. Hits it towards the edge of Croatian half where Levaya will try and bring it down. The Canadians are coming forward though. They're coming through again. One-on-one. Kyle Larin can't get a shot away. It came from nothing. The pass through from Alphonso Davies. Now the flag is up on the far side. It took a while for it to come and it did look as if the Canadian was in a suspicious amount of room. Kyle Larin just looking to peel away on the end of Alphonso Davies' ball, and it's about 4 yards in between him and Josko Gvardiol. Hardly a surprise to see the flag come up on the far side. Still Croatia 0, Canada 1. Played 9 minutes. Gvardiol halfway inside his own half. Into Lovren. Forward towards Modric, who with a no-look pass sends the ball forward. Here's Brozovic. Out to the left-hand side. Perisic. Crossing position up against Johnston. Got options in the centre. He'll swing one towards the back post. It's over the head of Levaya. Modric read it well though, as he does, and keeps the ball in near side of the Croatian right. Tries a 1-2. That one won't come off. It's been fed straight to Richie Lorea. And he'll let it run out for a goal kick. So John Herdman, animated as ever in his technical area, sending out the instructions. He'll be buoyed by what he's seen in the opening exchanges. Canada lead by an Alphonso Davies goal to nil. A lovely swinging cross from Tejan Buchanan that was met with power by the left-sided defender. He forced it past Livakovic into the back of the net. Ball rolls around the Canadian defence in towards Steven Vittoria. Can he find a way through into the centre circle? Eustachio back to Atiba Hutchinson. Threaded over halfway. Nowhere for Alphonso Davies to send it that time, so the Croatians will win it back. Play out of their own half with Brozovic. Forward to Kovacic. He sees Perisic wide on the left-hand side. 30 yards from the corner flag. Running at Alistair Johnston. Couple of step-overs. He's got options in the middle. Johnston recovers himself just in time to get the deflection behind for a corner. The Croatians look to go again. High five between Vittoria and Johnston. Plays his football for Club Football Montreal. Flurry of home-based players in the Croatian setup as they prepare themselves to be a co-host for the 2026 World Cup. Referee sorting out some pushing and shoving in the centre involving Andrej Kramaric. Now we can await the delivery. Kramaric is making a beeline for the front post. In fact, he's come short to receive it from Modric. He'll have it back, and now he's got a chance to whip a cross in, trying to get it down to his left foot. Swings one towards the front post, blocked away by Eustachio. Now a second ball back in. Atiba Hutchinson is there to turn it away. It's picked up by Davies on the edge of the penalty area. He feels like he's been tripped. Referee says play on. The ball wide on the left-hand side. Deep swinging cross in. Eustachio underneath it. Gets right underneath it with a sand wedge of a clearance. It's out for a corner to Croatia on the far side. And Steven Eustachio, I think he had more time than he bargained for there, the Porto man. It'll be left to Ivan Perisic, and the referee actually having immediately looked to the corner flag has awarded a throw in, so a reprieve. Steven Eustachio. Still plenty of bodies forward in attacking positions for Croatia. 12 gone. Here comes the throw. Delivered straight to Zanara towards the front post, headed backwards by the Canadian defence. Now straight up into the air. Alphonso Davies knocks it away towards the edge of the box. Picked up further down that line by Richie Larrea. He'll boot the ball over halfway into the Croatian half. Canada finally managed to get their lines clear. It's picked up again by Lovren though. Sends a long cross-field ball towards Perisic. Takes it down on his knee, and the control allows him to get away from Johnston. And his second touch lets him down as he tries to feed the ball into the path of Marco Levaya. In the end, it's a tame one that Milan Borjan can pick up on the corner of his 6-yard box. So, 13 minutes gone. Croatia 0, Canada 1. Bowled short. Steven Vittoria thumped down the line. Atiba Hutchinson has Marco Levaya right on his shoulders. It's given away under pressure too. The Croats can come forward. Modric 30 yards out. Heavy touch from him. Uncharacteristic. Shows too much of it to Eustachio. And a foul coming in from Borna Sosa into the back of Tejon Buchanan means that Canada have a free kick and a chance to reset the tempo halfway inside their own half. Ball set down by Johnston. Has to look for an option. Finds it going back into his defensive reaches. Steven Vittoria forward over halfway. Played out towards Alphonso Davies. It's a slightly heavy ball though, and it will run all the way through for a Croatian throw-in. Taken by Juranovic. Only 15 yards from his corner flag. Although that depends how many yards he can steal under the watchful eye of the Uruguayan referee, Andres Matante. Juranovic rolling the ball around in his hands. Croatia still trail by an Alphonso Davies goal to nil. It's swung down the line towards Marco Levaya. Canada will win it back. Kamal Miller into Steven Vittoria. Now Hutchinson in the centre circle. It's Johnston. A few options further forward. This one down to Richie Larrea, left-hand side, up towards the corner of the area, into an attacking position. No less than 4 Canadian or Croatian shirts around him. Picked up now by Eustachio on the fringes of the attacking third. Larin swings it into the penalty area. Alphonso Davies is there. Defenders just got to it ahead of him. There's a trip from Alphonso Davies as Croatia did their utmost to play out of a tight spot once again. The European outfit have just about managed it. After 15 minutes, they have a free kick just inside their own penalty area. It's Croatia 0, Canada 1. Croatia's only defeat in their past 17 games was 3-0 at home to Austria in the Nations League in June. They've won 11 in that time. 5 draws, including their opener. When they failed to progress the group stage beyond the group stage at their previous World Cups, they didn't win that opening fixture. 2 that did start with wins, went on to reach the last 4. Of course, their best showing, runners-up spot in the Russian World Cup, losing out to Canada in the final. As an independent nation, they ran to the semis in France '98. Failed to qualify in 2010 for the South Africa World Cup, the only time they have. Down the right-hand side, they will come into the Canadian half and swinging that ball forward towards Marco Levaye, up against Stephen Vittoria. The Porto man gets his boot to ball, clears it away. Picked up by the Croats, who must start again with the masked Josko Gvardiol. Dejan Lovren in the centre circle. Larin putting pressure on him. It's forward to Brozovic. Way through for Kovacic, and out to the left-hand side it will go as Gvardiol moves it into an attacking position. 8 Canadians behind the ball. Down the line to Borna Sosa, cut back to Kovacic. Chelsea man through the middle. Flicked by Modric, but straight to Atiba Hutchinson. He can't control though. Kovacic again, 45 yards out. Side football into Modric. Croatia trying to move that ball quickly. Now Sosa down the left-hand side, swings across into the area, could be danger. Punch clear by the Canadian goalkeeper. Milan Bojan wasn't sure what to do with it. It sprung back into the area. This one will run for a goal kick. Danger once more. Ivan Perisic couldn't get away from Alistair Johnson. Johnson ends up on his backside into the penalty area. The referee happy to let play go for the goal kick. Just signs of Croatia starting to feel themselves again. In fact, the referee has opted to give the free kick in a slightly more advanced position. I suppose it is a 15-yard advantage. You'll take what you can get. The ball is pumped forward by Bojan. Headed back the way it came, though, by Croatia, and they'll have to start again. Halfway inside their own half with Eustáquio. What way forward will there be for Canada? Out to the right-hand side for Tejan Buchanan. Looking for a way through into the penalty area, slips it down the line. Can he get the quick turn in? Goalkeeper was always going to get there. Relief in the end for the Croats, who can start again with Livakovic. On the edge of their own penalty area, Gvardiol bringing it out to Sosa. Now once again to Dejan Lovren, who picks out Juranovic on halfway, and inside the Croatian right, immediately caught the attention of Alphonso Davies, and Alphonso Davies has won it back. Over halfway he goes. They'll miss out Davies with the pass. Goes into the feet of Atiba Hutchinson instead, and here's Buchanan, 35 yards out, whips a dangerous crossing towards the back post. Well, Jonathan David was there. It's going to be headed behind by Juranovic, and it's a corner to Canada once again. North Americans on top, leading by a goal to 0. What might this bring up for the side who shocked the Europeans inside 2 minutes? Another chance perhaps to find the head for Alphonso Davies. Davies cuts it towards the back post. Cross comes in dangerously, it bobbles up and cleared by Gvardiol. It's the boot of Kamal Miller that sent it in. Less threatening this time, it's cleared over halfway, so Richie Larea picks it up and opts to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, under no pressure now. Milan Bojan with his yellow boots. Opts for the short option for Miller. Left-footed ball to halfway. Davies goes back to Miller again. Croatia quite the urgency yet, not igniting the press, allowed Canada to play out of their own half, but it's straight down the throat of Sosa, forward to Perisic. Sosa on the overlap, wide on the left hand side, gets a little bit underneath his cross towards the back post. It's taken down out the air by Kramaric, found Luka Modric, couldn't get the ball out of his feet quick enough. Canada managed to hack it clear, and now there's a counter-attack on, and Alphonso Davies is streaming down the left-hand side. He's got Kyle Larin in the middle, still a little bit to do for the Bayern man, slips it in. Oh, he's put it straight to Josko Gvardiol. Gvardiol threads that ball to the edge of the penalty area. Croatia have it handed back to them after a promising move for Canada. Marcelo Brozovic was able to walk it into the centre circle. So 20 minutes gone. Croatia 0, Canada 1. Brozovic 45 yards out, looking for an overlap, shows too much of it to Atiba Hutchinson. Hutchinson wins it back but immediately presents it to Kovacic. Here's Dejan Lovren in the centre circle, everyone behind the ball for Canada. Through the middle towards Kovacic, still 45 yards out. Not much movement going on for Croatia at the moment. It's back with Lovren on halfway. Brings in Juranovic. 10 yards inside Canada territory. Down the line it will go to Kramaric. Forced back inside his own half once more by Davis. Modric receives it near side the Croatian right, but again there's no way through. Down the line on the left hand side it will go, this time to Borna Sosa. Running it to Tejan Buchanan, gets the left-footed ball into the penalty area. Miller's underneath it, he can head clear. Juggled by David and tried to twist and volley upfield looking for Kyle Larin. Larin was an isolated figure in black, and the ball in the end ultimately nowhere near him. Lovren taking it out of the air, and now forward Kovacic is coming into the penalty area. The ball slipped ahead of Levaye, who gets a foot to it. The goalkeeper will pick it up. Wasn't the purchase that Marco Levaye wanted. Got himself into the right area of the field. Kovacic twisting unchallenged into the attacking third. Marco Levaye went down to ground. The Hajduk split man couldn't get anything on it in terms of direction, only prodded it into the hands of Bojan. Remains Croatia 0, Canada 1. That is Croatia's biggest chance to threaten the Canadians since going behind in the second minute to Alphonso Davies' header. We're now reaching the halfway stage in this first half. Eustachio on halfway. Looks up to find Johnston. Atiba Hutchinson still on that halfway mark, plays it forward towards David. Out to Tejan Buchanan, tight to the right-hand touchline. 30 yards from the corner flag. Switch ball across to defence towards Miller. Now towards Richie Laryea. Plays it into Alphonso Davies. Through the legs of Brozovic. Now he comes forward, still 30 yards out from goal. Drops a shoulder, gets past Kovacic, slips the ball forward towards the edge of the area. It's blocked off from reach and Jonathan David by Gvardiol, but brilliant play by Canada's leading man. Waltzing through the Canadian midfield. He's a cut above the rest of his side, and it's his goal that separates us so far. Lovely play just to sense Brozovic coming. Brozovic hardly knew what hit him. So many skills in the Bayern Munich man's playbook. Croatia fans in stunned silence at the moment. Kyle Larin, right-hand edge of the penalty area. Into Atiba Hutchinson, who can't quite get it out of his feet, but manages to take it away from Brozovic. Canada edging forward with Eustachio. Alphonso Davies 30 yards out. Up against Modric and Brozovic. Needs two men on him. Wide to Johnston, right-hand edge of the penalty area. Canada attacking. Buchanan slips it back to the feet of Johnston and whips it towards the front post where Gvardiol will hack it clear up towards Modric. It's brought down by Johnston once again. Buchanan, corner of the area, tries to flick it into an attacking position. This one won't go anywhere. It's played across the Croatian defence though, and Kyle Larin thought he might have stolen in. It's hacked clear again in the end by Lovren. This time it's done the job, but the Canadians will come back. Eustachio in the centre circle. Laryea near side the Canada left. Up against Juranovic. Juranovic gets a block in. It will just be a throw-in. Canada in rhythm now, having weathered the storm at times since going ahead, who are enjoying a purple patch of their own. Richie Laryea looking for an option. Drops the ball at the feet of Kyle Larin, and that is definitely going to be a foul throw, and so Canada's advantage is undone. Right on the edge of the attacking third, Juranovic will be the man to take it for Croatia. This is club football for Celtic. Floats one down the line. It's Brozovic, the intended target. He will miss it. Picked up by Atiba Hutchinson. 5 yards inside the Croatia half. And out to the right-hand side for Johnston. Heads the ball down the line looking for Buchanan. It's only going to go to Sosa. He'll play it out from feet. Trying to squeeze that ball up to the halfway line and bring in Levaye. Johnston read it well. Punts it down the line. Croatia have a throw-in. 25 gone. They trail Canada by a goal to nil. Perisic with the ball in hand. See plenty of action in the Croatia shirt. This is 118th cap. Not the most in his side. Modric leading the way on 1-5-6 coming into today. Through the middle, this one sent all the way forward. Now Levaye trying to find Kramaric. Kramaric into the penalty area. Can he twist? Can he turn? Levels it up across goal. The flag will be up though and it won't count. Well, from nothing, Croatia managing to get that ball 40 yards downfield up towards Kramaric. It was slipped through to him. He thought he'd beaten the offside trap. 3 Canadian defenders around him. Nothing they could do to stop him. Offside flag up. Maybe that's why. The pit's up right in the centre of the half. 40 yards from goal. It was a well-weighted ball through by Marko Levaye. He was a half a yard offside, and Marko Levaye, it's him who has cost Croatia the chance to get back on level terms. Kramaric with a tidy finish across the face of goal, tight angle in the corner of the 6-yard box, rolled it in behind the post. But the joy is ephemeral for Croatia. Brought back down to earth, they still trail Canada by a goal to nil. Here's Hutchinson, 5 yards inside the Canada half, forward to Eustachio. Hutchinson again plays it down to Alphonso Davies. It was too heavy. Alphonso Davies visibly annoyed with the pass. Runs out for our Juranovic throw-in. We're approaching the 27-minute mark. Canada still leading by a goal to nil. Header forward from Kamal Miller. Straight to Gvardiol in the heart of the Croatian defence. Sosa and Perisic immediately coming for the same ball. They do eventually get it to Kovacic on halfway. He's robbed of possession by David. And now Tejan Buchanan flips it down the line. Gets past Perisic, keeps the ball in. He's got Larin in the centre. So too David. Goes down under the challenge of Gvardiol. Referee and his assistant happy. Croatia play this one out from the back. Modric over halfway. Into Kramaric. Perisic edging forward. There's plenty of bodies to aim for here for Croatia. They're in the centre circle now. Brozovic forward. Now Marko Levaye. Perisic on the left-hand side. Kramaric is in the middle. Plenty of black shirts there, though. Stopped the cross coming in. Alistair Johnston with a well-timed slide tackle. Canada bundle the ball at their half once again. And so far, we've got answers for every question that Croatia are asking of them. Dejan Lovren looks to start another Croatia move. Into Brozovic, 40 yards out, whips the ball into the Canadian area. There's no one in a red shirt around it. Canada will now have a free kick as well to add to the woes of Croatia. It was picked up by Alphonso Davies inside his own box. He was tripped the way through. Canada so far managed to hold on to their early lead. Alphonso Davies' header in the 2nd minute from a well-timed cross. Tejan Buchanan. Andre Kramaric a few short moments ago thought he'd equalised. Offside in the build-up play. It's come to thwart Zlatko Dalic's side. Canada will have a throw halfway inside the Croatian half. Dejan Lovren under pressure from Larin. Puts the ball out in front of the technical area of Dalic. Alphonso Davies takes it back towards halfway. Miller, the man at the heart of Canada defence, to play it forward towards Hutchinson with the red boots. He's under pressure from Modric and from Kovacic, and so all the way back to Milan Borjan in goal. Now it's Laria near side the Canada left, halfway inside their own half. Eustachio on the edge of his penalty area. It's Vittoria. Now Johnston, far side the Canada right. Eustachio coming short, feeds it into the feet of Jonathan David, who thinks he's been tripped. Referee opting not to give the free kick and just throw to Croatia, and it's the rather bemused looking Canadian that pulls himself up to his feet. This is football with Lille won the French League 2 years ago. Now he's on the defensive though, as Croatia coming forward with Sosa. Sosa's bundled to ground. Referee uninterested, and so Tejan Buchanan, who made the tackle, will clear. Flicked on by Larin up towards Jonathan David. He was getting into an attacking position. Headed away by Josko Gvardiol. Picked up by David now, over halfway. He's got Davis forward, so too Larin on a rolling touch from Canada's main man Alphonso Davies, and the referee's taking one look at that and giving a free kick. Croatia not happy. It looked as if the Bayern manager just managed to roll himself away from danger. The referee says that the tackle from Lovren was overzealous. It's now a free kick for Canada in a dangerous position, about 35 yards out. And looking at the replay, it's the arm across the jaw, actually, of Alphonso Davies. It looks a painful one. You can see why the referee acted as he did. It will be the fouled man, Alphonso Davies, to take it. Modric is going to be moved back by the referee to fill into what is a one-man wall at the moment. Davis perusing his options, all of them lined up towards the back edge of the Croatia penalty area. The European outfit setting up their defensive line on the edge of their box. 31 minutes played. Canada lead by a goal to nil. Can they double their money from this set piece? Alphonso Davies with the cross in. It was up towards Hutchinson, headed clear by Dejan Lovren. So Canada will pick it up in the centre circle once more. Larrea sees nothing on, goes back to his goalkeeper. So conservative play by the Canucks. John Herdman's men leading by an Alphonso Davies goal to nil as the goalkeeper clears over halfway. Headed down the line by Johnston into the feet of Jonathan David. Has options in the centre, swings the ball forward up towards Eustáquio. Gvardiol got there first, out of danger for Croatia for now. Now slipped up the line. Perisic's going to chase it. He's got two options in the centre. Perisic, Johnson's gambled. He's not got there. Perisic undone in the end though by Buchanan, who was doing well to cover for his right-sided defender. Tejan Buchanan, who was provider for the goal inside 2 minutes, slams the clearance into the shins of Perisic. And out of a difficult area, wins a Canadian throw in. So 32 minutes played. Croatia 0, Canada 1. North Americans keeping themselves well and truly alive in this World Cup. And after 2 games, if it was to stay like this and still a lot of football yet to be played, that would be Canada second in the group, Morocco top, Belgium and Croatia positions 3 and 4, and it's they who meet in the final group game. We'll be saying goodbye to one, if not both. Much could change yet though. Croatia looking to plot a route desperately back into this game. Have it with Lovren halfway inside their own half. Juranovic near side there right, swung in towards the centre of defence where Miller gets underneath it, finds Eustáquio halfway inside his own half, back to Miller again. His left hand gloved up with white tee. Forward to Larrea, who comes to receive it in the left back position. He's up against Kramaric, and Modric is there too to make life difficult. In the end, he's got no options. He calls for movement, has to concede the throw in an attacking position for the Croatians now. 1-2 between Modric and Kramaric from the throw. Modric now trying to find a way to cross into the area, up against Larrea once again. Larrea gets the block in. So throw in to be taken by Juranovic. 11.5 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half. Hasn't been too much in the way of stoppages. Can't quite predict what the added time situation is going to be at this World Cup, so we won't speculate. Juranovic with the throw, long and deep and straight into the penalty area. It's over the head of Perisic, drops on the edge of the box. Kramaric is there, has to try and navigate past Buchanan and Johnston out to the left-hand side. Sosa whips across in towards the back post. Miller heads it down straight to the feet of Modric, who can't get his feet away. It's slammed clear, back into the danger zone. Marco Levaya now trying to turn, but he can't control the ball that's been sprung forward. And Canada, with a largely rushed clearance from Alphonso Davies, concede a throw in near side their left once again. So Juranovic drying the ball in his jersey. Croatia looking to make their pressure tell. What options can they find in the centre from Juranovic's throw? Celtic man standing the ball up. Sends it with a 1-2 to Modric. Now Modric again swings it into the penalty area. Over the head of Perisic, headed clear towards the edge of the area. Croatia win the battle that ensues. Modric again. Now Brozovic chips it wide to the left-hand side. Livaya in the centre, so too Perisic, if they can get the ball across to him. It's currently with Sosa being pushed further away from goal. And come back to Brozovic 45 yards out. Now into Lovren, forward. And a quick 1-2 sees Brozovic away. Now this might be a ball into the penalty area. It's going to open up for Livaya. Good save by the goalkeeper, but it was put straight at him, really. Marco Livaya into the corner of the 6-yard box in the same position from which Kramaric found the target for the disallowed goal earlier. This one straight at the goalkeeper, who had to get down low equally still. Saves it with his right foot and out for a corner. Gets a high five from his centre-back Steven Vittoria. Corner still to come. Luka Modric to take it. Croatia starting to flex their muscles, but they're still behind. Modric approaching with the right boot, out swinger towards the back edge of the penalty area. It was immediately won by Josko Gvardiol, but couldn't direct his header goalward, so it's cleared towards the edge of the box. Kramaric being sent the long way around by Tejan Buchanan, sends it back up the line towards Sosa. Now forward to Gvardiol, edge of the penalty area. Is there a way through for Kovacic? He thinks so. He finds Perisic on the edge of the area, and now it's forward. Kramaric, 1-1. Finds the way through. The Canadians will petition in vain for the flag to come up. And there's joy in the face of Kramaric. Croatia have toiled to get back into this game. And on the balance of play, you have to say the European side deserve it. They've been knocking on the door for some time now. Kramaric brought in on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Canada's resistance is broken. In the midfield, there was Mateo Kovacic trying to plot a way through. He brought in Perisic, and forward to Andre Kramaric, who with one touch turns and fires left-footed across the face of goal. Milan Borjan can be slightly disappointed, I feel, with the touch he got on it. Meagre and not anywhere near strong enough to divert the ball away around the post. It nesses in behind the upright. And after 37 minutes, it's Croatia 1, Canada 1. That leaves Croatia still third in the group, and meaning they will need something from their game against Belgium. Zlatko Dalic's side need to find another goal from somewhere to boost their chances, but their emblematic boss celebrating away in the technical area. 8 to go with normal time in the first half. All square. Canada with a throw-in from Alistair Johnson, who was nutmegged by Perisic on the edge of his box. Tejan Buchanan has gone down, and he has a choice few words to offer to Ivan Perisic, who tries to help him up to his feet. Canada have a free kick further down that line. I won't repeat what was said, though. You don't have to be a professional lip reader to read the two-word exchange from Tejan Buchanan into the Croatia number 4's face. So a free kick to be taken by Davis. His early goal cancelled out. High defensive line from Croatia, beyond the edge of their penalty area. Plenty of black-shirted Canadians forward. So David in there. Miller up from the back. Lawrence also there, whipped into the 18-yard box. Brozovic gets underneath it, sends it high into the air. Sent back the way it came by Steven Vittoria. Half clear, but straight to Davis. Right edge of the corner of the penalty area. Edging his way forward, up against Brozovic. Is there a way through for the Bayern Munich man? Modric gets a foot in, he doesn't think so. Flicks that ball away to Kovacic on the edge of the area. Now Kovacic, 1-2 with Brozovic, forward, and now Canada have overcommitted, and Croatia have got him on the stretch. A few bodies back now might help Canada's cause, but still the Europeans coming forward. Kramaric, corner of the area, decides it's too arduous to battle to get that ball towards Livaya into the centre. Perisic on the long way around, cuts it back, trying to bring in Kramaric again. This one bobbles up off his shins and through to the grateful hands of Milan Borjan. So, 1-1. 39 minutes gone. Have Canada got an answer to the equaliser? Played forward towards Kyle Larin, wasn't an accurate ball. It allowed Borna Sosa, who certainly has the look of his midfield partner Luka Modric about him. Left-sided defender. Hold back with Minali's band. Plays it into the masked up Josko Gvardiol. Ivanovic on the right side of the fence. Forward to Modric inside the Canada half against Richie Laryea. There's a bit of afters between those two as Laryea blocks it out for a throw-in. The referee is quick over to mediate. Andres Matante of Uruguay. And it seems to be Laryea who's getting the most of the talking to from the referee. Deemed to be the aggressor. Canada have a man down, that's the delay from the throw, and it's Stephen Eustáquio of Porto who's gone down. He'll receive some medical attention. So 1-1. Alphonso Davies' goal in the 2nd minute cancelled out. Andre Kramaric's left-footed strike across the face of goal, having been played in by Perisic. As it stands, Canada bottom of the group following Morocco's win over Belgium. It's the North Africans who top Group F at the moment. The winners of this group go through to play the 2nd place team in Group E. Runners up against the 1st, and who those will be, nobody knows. Currently, to be await Spain and Germany at 7, which will also be available on this service. It's Spain at top of the group. Japan and Costa Rica level with them on 3 points, 2nd and 3rd respectively. Germany, who've only played once, 0 points, they are 4th. Anyone could still qualify, and even defeat for Germany today will not rule the Germans out of reaching the last 16. So Eustáquio is back up on his feet, limps over gingerly to the touchline. He will be sent back on, and he gets some instructions from his boss John Herdman. Canada momentarily down to 10 men as Juranovic shapes to send his throw back inside his own half. Today in Lovren. Gvardiol in the centre circle. Lovren once more. Looks to thread that ball through the midfield, and indeed does find Brozovic. Out to Juranovic near side the Croatia right. 20 yards from the corner flag, goes to Modric, and well, the La Liga man has misplaced some passes today. It's not like him, and that's another one. He went for the back heel flick straight out of play for a Canada throw-in. 41 and a half minutes gone. All square at 1-1. Kramaric's equaliser, cancelling out the header from Alphonso Davies that set this game alight after less than 2 minutes. Thibaut Hutchinson back to the left side of his defence, and it's picked up by Richie Laryea. Back to his goalkeeper. Bojan hits it long over halfway. Battling is Gvardiol. Wins out in the aerial duel. Can send it though to Kyle Larin. Plays it back inside his own half. Johnston down the right-hand side. Buchanan will chase it. Up against Sosa. Tries to take it first time on the right boot. Puts it square into Sosa's chest. Sosa will clear that one out for a Canada throw. So the pressure on from the Canucks. Stuttgart man happy to concede there and get defensive bodies back. 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining in the first period. Johnston with the throw to Atiba Hutchinson, back to the taker. Henri Alman sends it central. Now out to the left-hand side by Canada, moving steadily to the boot of Alphonso Davies. Sent it back to Miller. Davies again. Happy to hold that ball near side there, left flank, halfway inside the Croatia half. It'll be back onto halfway with Miller once more. Chip left foot ball down the field towards Richie Laryea. The offside flag was up against him. He actually headed it straight back to Croatia. Referee happy to allow the advantage, and so Modric over halfway now. Canada have pace in their legs and are quick to get back behind the ball, and so no way forward for Modric. He must go back to Gvardiol once again. Lovren being chased now by Kyle Larin, sends it near side the Croatian right to Juranovic. Quick 1-2 with Kramaric, and now Juranovic is away, streaming himself forward. Flying tackle comes in from Miller. It's still with the Croatians, though, played into the centre. That's a lovely goal. Marco Livaja pelting it into the bottom right-hand corner of Milan Bojan's goal. The Canadians are stunned into silence around the arena. The Europeans have come good right before half-time. It's heartbreaking for Canada, but a mistake of their own making as Juranovic was allowed to power forward. It was a missed-timed challenge from Miller. Sent it straight into Atiba Hutchinson. Johnston slow on the uptake to stop that ball to Livaja. Livaja allowed the touch to get it out of his right boot. Slams it past the goalkeeper. It was a brilliant finish, and at full stretch, Milan Bojan can do nothing about it. And Canada, who led after 2 minutes in this game, will now have to come from behind. We're in the final minute of normal time in the first half. Matko Dalic jumping for joy in his technical area because his Croatian side lead Canada by 2 goals to 1. what that means for the group standing, still at this early phase. Not yet at half-time, plenty of football still to be had. Morocco and Croatia on 4 points apiece. Morocco's goal difference better by 1. Belgium in third. Canada rooted to the bottom of the group. Could yet get worse for them. Left-hand side of the penalty area, Croatia are coming forward into Perisic. Tries to shimmy it along that corridor of uncertainty. It's slammed clear by O.A.T. Johnston heads it on its way. Sent back the way it came by Kovacic up towards Sosa. Left edge of the penalty area. Trying to slip the ball through, looking for Brozovic. This time it's cleared by Steven Vittoria to halfway, where Josko Gvardiol gets underneath it. 5 minutes of added time. Croatia in the groove now. Borna Sosa, left edge, trying to get a cross in. He does so, but there's no one really there in red and white, bar an isolated Kramaric at the back post. Not enough power to meet him, but it's a poor clearance. It's seen Perisic come back into the action, tries to hit it down the line, and it took a touch off Johnston, so he had to keep that ball alive. Brings it into Hutchinson. Canada edge that ball out of the defensive third. David tries a long ball down the right-hand flank. It's blocked by Borna Sosa. So a throw into Canada as we see 1 of the 5 added minutes elapse. Questions now are being asked of Canada. And it was the other way around for so long in this half. Forward from Miller. Into the feet of Larin, bundled over in midfield. Referee had a good look at it, says play on. Whipped forward by Kramaric. Looking to find Levaya. Beaten to it in the air by Steven Vittoria, just about kept in by Johnston. Maybe he wishes he hadn't, because Perisic just nicked it. And now forward he comes. Levaya's in the centre. It's going to be cut back to Kramaric in the 18-yard box. Could get worse for Canada here. Left foot shot over the bar. And Canada's defence has gone to pieces in the last few minutes. Croatia looking to double their lead right before half-time. Kramaric got right underneath his shot, though, always rising. Huge collective sigh of relief for the North American outfit. At 47 minutes, Croatia leading by 2 goals to 1. Miller inside his own penalty area, near side the Canada left, looking to work that ball forward into the midfield position of O.A.T. Over to the right hand side for Johnston. No way through for him, so has to make do with a sideways pass to Kamal Miller. Another CF Montreal man, joined by Ismail Kone, and of course Johnston, who joins him in defence in the starting 11. Forward for Alphonso Davies. His header in the 2nd minute that got things off in the scoring seat seems a long time ago now. Out to the right hand side for the man who delivered the cross. It's Tejan Buchanan. Miller up from defence, forward 45 yards out from the Croatian goal as Canada look to find an equaliser in the dying moments of the first half. 2 added minutes remain. Tiba Hutchinson towards Johnston, right edge of the attacking third as Canada look at it. Jonathan David turning and twisting, and referee set a high bar for tolerance. He goes down, referee happy to play on. So Croatia coming forward once again, slipped the ball forward through into looking to try and bring in Andrej Kramaric, and he got held up there by Richie Larea, who did a good job because Canada were outnumbered down that right-hand flank, and it'll have to come down the left instead. Croatia still looking dangerous, the ball sent into the penalty area. Reading it well was Milan Borjan, the goalkeeper, quick off his line to rescue it at the feet of Perisic, but Croatia, having got off to a slow start, are now able to plot balls through that Canadian backline seemingly at will. 90 seconds remain of added time in this first half. Kramaric and Levaya netting the final 10 minutes of normal time to undo the work done by Alphonso Davies' early header. Here's Tejan Buchanan now in a central role 40 yards out. Forward to Jonathan David, ganged up on in the centre of the park, and it's won back by Croatia once again. Gvardiol sending it forward. Now Gvardiol, the defender, making a beeline for the centre as the cross comes in from Perisic. It was well dealt with by Miller, who scoops it behind for a corner, and he's furious with his defenders. Canada seem to be losing the tactical game plan that started them off so well in this match. Croatia coming forward again will have another chance to find that third goal. They lead Canada by 2 goals to 1, and the image of Kamal Miller banging the turf in frustration is a bit of a metaphor for the last 15 minutes for Canada, really. They've seen their advantage slip, they've seen their standard slip, and now Will they see their dreams of qualification for the last 16 slip further away? Croatia lead 2-1, 20 seconds of added time remaining as they're camped on the edge of the penalty area after the short corner. Brozovic up against Eustáquio, might have a job on here to get across it. It's out to Sosa on the far left flank, cuts it more central. Now Modric wanting to go back to Sosa again in the centre circle. Canada are doing a good job of soaking up the pressure here. Referee takes a look at his watch and he deems that we've had enough in this first half, and so 50 minutes is seen as flick from lead to lead. The momentum has swung this way and that. Joins again in 15 minutes. The half-time score: Canada 1, Croatia 2. lineup. Stephen Eustachio has gone off to be replaced in midfield by Ismail Kone. It's the only change for either side. So, to go through the Canada lineup, it's Milan Borjan in goal, back three of Miller, Vittoria and Johnston. You see Davis, Kone, Hutchinson and Larea across the midfield with David, Larin and Buchanan in attack. As for Croatia, Livakovic in goal, Juranovic, Lovren, Vardiol and Sosa are the back four, Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic in midfield, Levaya, Kramaric and Perisic up front. No changes for them. In fact, I've just seen a second change has been made for Canada. And so Kyle Larin will not be playing this second half. He has been swapped out for Jonathan Osorio. John Herdman throwing the dice, bringing on the Toronto FC man to try and shake things up front. How much have this North American unit got in the tank? Can they get themselves over the line? So Milan Borjan with the ball at his feet, pumps this one out towards the halfway line, trying to find a black shirt to get this half going again. Atiba Hutchinson, oldest outfield player at this World Cup, but under pressure by Kovacic, goes back into his defence. This will be cleared long. Canada have broken their duck in getting their first World Cup goal. Can they get themselves their first World Cup point? Last time in 1986 saw defeats to France, Hungary and the Soviet Union. So far, they were unlucky in their defeat against Belgium. Alphonso Davies missed the penalty. Croatia on top in this one as Sosa throws from in front of John Herdman's technical area up to the halfway line where Levaya was waiting but wasn't able to control it on his chest, and so Canada will recycle that ball. And with Kone in midfield, goes back into the heart of his defence to Steven Vittoria. Now Atiba Hutchinson over halfway, getting away from Kovacic, brought in towards Buchanan, got options in the middle, one of them is Jonathan David, that's who he aims for, swings it straight towards Gvardiol though, headed clear towards the edge of the box. Atiba Hutchinson controls it, plays it forward, Tejon Buchanan chops it towards the back post, not back down by, he can't quite find his way through to Richie Larea, and that was a shame because they were queuing up in black shirts. They've won it back on the edge of the penalty area though. Osorio coming forward, shoots, just wide of the post, that wasn't far away. What an impact the substitute might have had there. 3.5 minutes into the second half, he hit that on his right boot, swung forward towards goal. I'm not sure whether it might have taken a slight deflection off Josko Gvardiol. Swung straight towards the far post, and the goalkeeper at full strike. I don't know whether he would have got there. The ball just creeping the wrong side of the upright for Canada. It's a statement of intent in this second half, if nothing else. The ball was deemed to go straight out by the referee. I think that was the right call, having seen it back a couple of times. Croatia 2, Canada 1. Well, plugging away. They are giving this their best shot. Can they find a way to keep themselves alive in this game? Modric 10 yards inside his own half, opting to keep that ball inside the confines of Croatian territory. Slips it down the line now eventually, still inside their own half though, happy to play in the passing triangles. Now thumping ball down the right flank. It's stopped on the corner of the area by Steven Vittoria. Put back towards Milan Borjan. Borjan, who was born in Croatia, playing against his native country in a sense. Plays his football for Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. Played all over the world. He's had a trial with Boca Juniors in 2005 as an 18-year-old. Ended up settling in Hamilton, Ontario. Earned his colours with the Canadian team. 69 caps to his name coming into today. His 70th one so far hasn't gone in his favour. Forward Canada are coming. Alphonso Davies, corner of the area, stopped by Sosa as he dallied for a second. Up to halfway and now picked up What can the Croatians manage with Kovacic? Splits out to the right-hand side. Kramaric is going to have to chase this ball. It was slightly overhit, but he does keep it alive. Up against Miller. Can he get a cross in? He's got Perisic in the centre if he can reach him. It's over Perisic's head, though. It'll be brought down under control by Sosa. Corner of the box. Up against Johnston. Gets the cross in dangerously. Goalkeeper came for it. Didn't quite get a full hand on it. He managed to get just enough to divert it towards Tejan Buchanan, who dropped back in towards the penalty spot. Got that ball clear in the end. Well, it was a testing one. And Canada living dangerously there, because Perisic and Kramaric all queuing up to get something on that. And that could have gone either way. Croatia coming forward again. Gvardiol goes down. He's been tripped by Tejan Buchanan. Tejan Buchanan earns the first yellow card of this game. Referee from Uruguay, he knows exactly Buchanan's game there, and I have to agree with him. Buchanan could see a move opening up in front of him. And that was a professional foul as the Croatian bore down on goal. So, what lies ahead for the Croatians? They have a free kick almost dead central, 45 yards out. Standing over it now is Brozovic. Is there a way to find something for Canada defensively to hold out the Croatians for the 38 minutes that remain of normal time? Swept in dangerously by Gvardiol, headed away by Canada. Hutchinson leading the charge, so it's picked up by Modric just inside his own half. Modric passing and looking for a way through. Back to his goalkeeper is the call in the end, and Canada will press all the way up towards the edge of the Croatian box. Europeans able to play through them. They're up to halfway. Holding that ball up is Kramaric, twisting and turning, trying to get away from Richard Laria. Sends it back inside his own half and it's pumped forward. Can there be a juggling act to get this ball under control for Canada? It's brought into Johnston, who's 20 yards outside his own penalty area. Slips it forward on the turn. Now it's picked up well as well by Kone, who had to juggle that ball away from Luka Modric. Down the left-hand side he will go. Here's the ball to Jonathan David. There are men in the centre for Canada. Can they get the cross in? Kone picks it up on the corner of the attacking third. Slips forward once more towards the black shirt of Johnston, but it won't quite reach him. And Croatia can tease that ball back with Kovacic. Thought about trying to mount a counter of his own. Canada were quick at least in getting men back behind the ball, so he opts to go sideways to Borna Sosa in front of the two technical areas. Chips it between two black shirts to bring in Brozovic. Now Modric arriving from deep. Modric holding it up 30 yards from goal, out to the right-hand side. Might be a crossing opportunity for Croatia. He can get this ball away. It's back up the line to Modric though. Brozovic sees the run of Modric, and now he's open down the right-hand side, and there are men in the centre, and it's a cut back, and there it is from Kramaric. Great save by the goalkeeper. Had to get low and down to his right-hand side. Maybe Kramaric could have done more with the finish. He's holding his head and his hands on his knees. He knows that was a chance to double his side's money, double their lead. It was cut back well by Modric. Shot towards the bottom corner, not right in the corner from Kramaric though. Goalkeeper still had to get down among a sea of bodies and put that one aside. Only just evaded the corner of his goal. Corner to come for Croatia, who could and maybe should have pulled further away. So, options again for Croatia in the centre. Kovacic rolls it short to Modric. Stood up by Osorio. Now the cross comes in from Kovacic. It hits Atiba Hutchinson. Might run for a Croatian throw. Might have been left by Jonathan Osorio. In fact, it's just been kept in by Alphonso Davies. Then hands it back to Luka Modric, who's said to have fouled Jonathan Osorio on his way through. And a good job for Canada, because that was a dangerous cross that Modric put in the follow-up. It will come to nothing in the end. Real Madrid man unable to pick out a red and white shirt. The referee's whistle had sounded. So, Croatia 2, Canada 1, 55 minutes gone. David holds the ball well on halfway, and then he's tripped on the way through. Referee doesn't seem to have seen that. It's whipped out to the near side for Canada though. Their right-hand side for Alistair Johnson. Plays it down the line. Osorio holds the ball up well. Cuts it back. Tejan Buchanan, 18-yard box. Might be a shot. Goal! It's all tipped over the bar well by the goalkeeper. Really good save by Dominic Livakovic, and a yellow card. Well, the trip was spotted on halfway, well by the referee, but Jonathan David benefited well from the advantage. He shot goalwards and forced the best save of the game so far. Now to Dominic Livakovic, just over the top. Corner to come for Canada, fingertip stuff. That would have been on course to at least clip the crossbar. Goodness knows where after that. But indeed it was Jonathan David who was tripped earlier on in the move by Dejan Lovren. Lovren has gone into the book. So Alphonso Davies standing on the corner. Team Hutchinson joining up at the back post, having to plant surgical into his nose to stem the flow of blood he picked up earlier. Corner comes to nothing, headed away towards the edge of the penalty area, and Canada will go all the way back towards their goalkeeper. Bojan feeds one downfield, headed clear by Sosa from the edge of his own penalty area into Modric. Plays a couple of passes with Brozovic, whipped out to the right hand side. Now picked up well by Josko Gvardiol. Juranovic trying to get into the Canada half. He's blocked off by Millis. A throw into the Croatians. 57 gone. Is there a way to pick this ball up for Croatia in the attacking third? It sent him flying forward. Too far forward in the end to reach anyone but Tajon Buchanan, who's dropped back to help with the defensive effort. Canada still trailing in this one. Oh, given away by the goalkeeper. It's picked up by Perisic on the corner of the penalty area, crosses it back in, this time held by Bojan. Had to be better with his distribution. He picked out Perisic right on the edge of his own penalty area. Got a reprieve. This time he's found Buchanan. Forward it will go. Alphonso Davies can keep this in near side the Canada right. Has he got an option in the centre? Maybe he can find his way through to find Jonathan David. Cuts it back. Buchanan on the edge of the penalty area. Gets the shot straight into the boot of Brozovic. That one will cannon away and fall kindly for Croatia. And Kramaric can pick that ball up. Hooks it down the line. Is there a way to pick this up for the Canadians? Team Hutchinson will think so. 10 yards inside his own half. Looks to chip out to the left hand side. Is there an option for him? That option is Osorio. Wide, level with the edge of the Croatian penalty area. Sends it back to Jonathan David. Alphonso Davies can't find a way to beat Luka Modric down the left flank, so walks the ball in field. Still Croatia 2, Canada 1. 58 minutes played. You're listening to Off-Tube and independent studio-based commentary. Kovacic dances his way past Johnston, still inside his own half. Now flips it over halfway towards Borna Sosa, but Johnston makes amends, nicks out the pass. Forward to Osorio over halfway. Here's Hutchinson. Flicks one to the corner of the penalty area. Buchanan through the legs of Josko Gvardiol, but it was then picked up by Dejan Lovren, who fashions the clearance, hits the chest of Jonathan Osorio, and out for a throw in to Croatia. 59 minutes played. Still waiting for the throw from Borna Sosa. Now down the line it will come, flicked on by Perisic. Something that might be chased by Marco Livaja, but it was always going to be Steven Vitória who was favourite for that ball. Chavez player in the Portuguese league. Croatia are prepping a change. See Bruno Petkovic getting ready to come on, potentially lead the line. Here is Borna Sosa down the left-hand side, cuts it in towards Kramaric, who's blocked off again by Vitória. That one will go for a throw-in. Croatia still have the advantage, lead by 2-1. We're going to see the change now, and so Bruno Petkovic is prepped and ready. The like-for-like change would be Andre Kramaric. He's already got his goal. We're waiting to see the board, but Kramaric is still in position, so it looks like it might be Marco Livaja who's coming off. Indeed, Bruno Petkovic now on for Marco Livaja then. Livaja with his goal from the edge of the area, putting Croatia into the lead at the end of the first half that had a little bit of everything. Alphonso Davies opening the scoring inside 2 minutes for Canada. Goals from Kramaric and Livaja right at the end of the half to turn the tables. So half an hour of normal time remaining. First touches for Petkovic right in the corner. Can't keep the move alive. Canada have it back. They're going to make a change of their own. We're going to see entry into play of Junior Hoylett of Reading, 32-year-old. Johnston with the throw for Canada. Plays it down the line straight to Borna Sosa. Sosa wobbles it forward, looking for Perisic. Cleared by Hutchinson, so a throw in to the European outfit. Hoylett still receiving instructions, so he's not quite ready to come on yet. Forward to the corner of the area, there's no way through. It's up towards Petkovic, Atiba Hutchinson blocking it off. Here's Davis on halfway, coming forward for Canada. Rides one challenge well, he's blocked by Gvardiol in the end. Gvardiol thinks his tackle was good enough to win the throw-in for Croatia. It's still a Canada ball. They want the quick throw. Junior Hoylett, for that reason, is going to wait on the sidelines. Pacey wide man. 29 minutes of play remaining. In fact, it does look as if Canada are going to opt to take the change now. So, making his way off. We're going to see the end of the line for Richie Larea. Coming on, Junior Hoylett of Reading. Throwing then halfway inside the Croatia half for Johnston. Forward it goes. Sorio into second position. Now Davis goes down in the corner of the area. Free kick Canada, says the referee. Well, Andres Matonte's got the spray out right on the corner of the box. It wasn't far away. The Croatian penalty area. And Gvardiol holding Jonathan David down. He was already clasping the ball to his chest by the time he hit the ground. 28 minutes of normal time remaining. Croatia 2, Canada 1. Hoylett and Davis stand over this. Three-man wall lining up for Croatia. Here it comes, it's whipped goalward straight into the feet of the wall. Out for a corner. It was Alphonso Davis initially with the charge. Back up the line towards Junior Hoylett, who can't find a way through. Back to Johnston, lumps the ball forward straight over the heads of Jonathan David and Junior Hoylett, and into the grateful hands of Dominic Livakovic. 63 gone. Croatia lead Canada by 2-1. Puts Croatia in a rosier position to qualify from the group. They're second behind Morocco on goal difference now. Canada rock bottom with no points. They've got their World Cup goal they craved so badly. Defending thing to do now is Petkovic tries to slip a ball down the line looking for Kramaric. Overhit though, and that will only run through to the goalkeeper, Bojan. Bowls it short to Atiba Hutchinson. Out to Kamal Miller, left side of the defence. Back to Bojan again. Slams the ball out to the left-hand side and it's headed away. Out for a throw-in. Canada support still strong. Their team have fallen behind just before the break, but have to believe they can fashion a route back into this game. As it stands, they are going out. Croatia 2, Canada 1, 64 gone as Modric comes forward on the right-hand side. Up in the corner of the area against Osorio. Looking to get a cross in, the Real Madrid man. He's forced away from goal. Back up the line into his own half. Dejan Lovren brings in Gvardiol. Left side of the two centre-backs for Croatia. Now all the way back on the pressure from the pushing of Davis. It's back to the green-clad Livakovic. Dumps it downfield over all the heads and has been judged to have gone off the back of Alistair Johnston's head as he rose up with Ivan Perisic, and so a throw into Croatia. 25.5 minutes to go. Lead by 2-1. Throw in taken by Sosa, near side. Croatia left, down the line towards Petkovic. On the overlap is Perisic. He's taken it off by Steven Vitoria. Concedes the throw, but not a bad one to concede given the number of players in attacking positions there for Croatia. Allows Canada time to get back. 1-2 from the throw in, back to Perisic, down the line it goes. Kovacic right in the corner, up against Kone. Canada get it away with Johnston out for another throw in again, so pressure on once more from Croatia. They lead by 2-1. Perisic once more with the ball in hand. Options in the middle. Nearest is Petkovic. Here comes the throw. Straight towards the 6-yard box. Headed away by Vittoria. Juggled by Hoyle on the edge of his own box. Tries to set up Alphonso Davies. Then those two leave it to each other. And in the end, it's Croatia who pick it up. Josko Vardiol also errant with his ball, though. Straight into the hands of Bojan, who thumps out. Kick on the far side, looking for the run of Jonathan David in the only found touch on the halfway line. Croatia 2, Canada 1. 24 minutes of normal time remaining. Canada looking to get themselves going. So far, it's been a struggle in this second half. It's a way through. For Osorio down the left-hand side, looking for the run of Buchanan. It's scythed away from him by the tackle of Josip Juranovic. Start once more on the left-hand side, Canada. Is there something left for John Herdman's men? Out to Hoylett, near side of Canada right. Can he find his way through? Kamal Miller with the long ball down the line. Searching. But it's found Buchanan up against Juranovic. Juranovic tries to juggle it and take it off him. Has to concede the throw in the end. Canada pushing well. Throw-in taken backwards by Buchanan towards Kamal Miller. 1-2 with Hutchinson, now into Vittoria in the centre circle. Everyone in front of him for Canada. One of those is Johnston, that's the man he's gone with. Close attendance Perisic, and that's enough to put him off as he sends the ball straight to Luka Modric. Now Modric bundling out of his own half, he's away already. Cuts it inside, Petkovic forward now up to the left-hand side. Wasn't a great ball, it was right behind the run of Kramaric. Move wasted in the end because the pace on the ball too much, and it takes it away from Kovacic, who tried to keep it in. Canada now looking to try and counter, slip down the right-hand side towards Alphonso Davies, but stopped by Petkovic. He did well there. Into his own half. Back to Livakovic. Croatia starts again. Still lead by 2-1. Their dominance starting to wane, perhaps slightly. Ball thumps down the Croatian right flank all the way over the heads of all. Into the hands of Milan Bojan. Hutchinson 20 yards inside his own half, up towards halfway, given away by Canada. Kone with the errant pass, forward come Croatia. Referee waves advantage play on as the ball is chipped through into the path of Bruno Petkovic, but Livakovic straight off his line. He'll win that one back. Still looking good for their money. Croatia 2, Canada 1. Line ball towards Josko Gvardiol. Doesn't come off, and Canada have it in the centre of the park. Is Kone. Slips it to Johnston. Has options further forward. Hoylett calling for it on the right-hand side. Now he'll have it. Could use Davies down the right flank. He's got options in the centre too. Osorio and David, if he can get it over there. Opts to keep the passes short. Kone 40 yards out. Kovacic blocking him off from going forward. Has to force him back again. Canada just lacking a little bit of creativity in that attacking third. Back to Bojan it goes. Miller realises he has less time than he bargains for in the centre circle, has to move the ball quickly into the feet of Kone. Kramaric keen to put the pressure on him. Sorio's come back to help with the defensive effort, played short towards Tiba Hutchinson, who gives it away. Now Croatia coming forward, outnumbered and outgunned in the Canada half, but they'll still try to move it towards halfway. Is there an option for Brozovic to pick out on the left-hand side? Yes, there is. It's Perisic against Junior Hoylett. Perisic cuts to his right foot, crosses towards the back post. There's a man open as well. Croatia coming forward. Here's the shot. Goal. Is it 3-1? It's too easy. Kramaric with his second of the game. And after all Canada's hard work, it was a free man from the cross. Sloppy defending punished. Kramaric, one touch to control, second to bury it beyond Milan Bojan. Canada look to be heading out of the World Cup 2022. Players downbeat on the field, but joy in the stands for the European unit at least. Croatia moving that ball swiftly to the left-hand side. Perisic, well, probably couldn't believe his luck when he saw how open Kramaric was at the back post, and by the time Kamal Miller had got there, Kramaric was already shifting his weight to his other foot, puts it through the legs of Atiba Hutchinson, little bit of good fortune. And in behind the post, it's Croatia 3, Canada 1 with 19.5 minutes remaining. That might be the death knell to Canada's hopes of World Cup progression. What's more, it puts Croatia top of the group on goals scored. Don't forget their final group match against Belgium, one of the favourites for the group. That gives them the advantage. And that might be sending Canada home. They have to get at least a draw in this one. Modric coming forward again. Could nick that reality away from them. It's thrown towards the front edge of the post, and Kramaric on a hat-trick, can't get more than a toe to it. It's still kept alive near side the left, but Croatia will give away a free kick. The shove penalised by Ivan Perisic. He'll claim he just used the arm for a shoulder barge, but it was just ahead of Kramaric, and he saw the hat-trick chance flash away from him. Canada, huge gaping holes in the defence now. And it was Johnston who was shoved off the ball by Perisic. 18.5 minutes to go. Change prepped by Croatia. Nikola Vlasic, who struggled with a calf issue in the opener against Morocco, is going to make his way into proceedings. You can also see Lucas Cavallini of Vancouver Whitecaps prepped for Canada. An attacking change. So far, it's been Croatia's day. It's Andrej Kramaric who will not get his hat-trick. He has been brought off. A warm hug from Zlatko Dalic. Vlasic will come on for the attacker and drop into midfield. Atiba Hutchinson will be the man to come off for Canada. We're going to see, I believe, 2 changes for the Canadians. We haven't actually seen Lucas Cavallini onto the field. What we have seen is Sam Adekugbe. The Jonathan David has made his way off as well. And Sam Adekugbe, the defender, brought on of Hatayspor, the Turkish Super League. He has 17 minutes to make an impact for Canada. Can he keep their World Cup dream alive? Alphonso Davies, the hopes might fall on him yet. Corner of the attacking third, heads down the right-hand side. Can he get a cross in? He's up against Gvardiol. Has to go back the long way around. Picks up into the feet of Ismail Kone, substitute for the second half. He brings in Adekugbe, first touch for him. Those two will share passes on the fringe of the centre circle inside the Croatian half. The Croats who lead the Canadians by 3-1. John Herdman's side heading out of the World Cup. Zlatko Dalic is top of the group. Chipped forward into an attacking period of the field for Canada. Here's Cavallini, first touch for him. Left foot across towards the back post. Jonathan David gets a header to it. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper who got down low. Grabs it at his feet. In fact, it's a slip of the tongue from me. Alphonso Davies, of course. Jonathan David having gone off, headed it down into the turf, but the offside flag has gone off anyway. It wouldn't have counted even if he had got more power behind it. It was Tejon Buchanan who was in the attacking position from the second ball. He went after it, but he was always second best. And Livakovic was far quicker off the mark. So Livakovic's ball it is, but this time from the offside decision. And the ball from the free kick, which he sends long over halfway. Pumped downfield, and scooped ball down the line will be dropped into the path of Perisic, nodded away by Alistair Johnston. Johnston into the penalty area though as he gives this ball away. Now battling is Nikola Vlasic, trying to get past the hulking Canadian figure of Kamal Miller. Doesn't manage it. Corner it will be. Plenty of battling being done by both sides, but it's Croatia who are winning this fight at the moment. 3-1, 15 minutes of normal time remain. Corner is for Kovacic to take, has Modric short. Roll short to Croatia's captain. Back down the line, further away from goal to Brozovic, and now all the way back to Dejan Lovren in the centre circle. Chips into Brozovic again. Near side the Croatia left. Slips the ball over to the right-hand side this time. Now brings in Juranovic. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Canada pressing. A rare touch in this half for Livakovic. Boots it out towards the halfway line. I mean, it shows he's not touched much of the ball. It was a poor ball, swung straight out of play. Kovacic chasing after it in vain. So a throw into Canada to be taken by Johnston. Down the line it will come. Tejan Buchanan battling, cuts inside. Modric and Kovacic, sends it now to Kone. 45 yards out, Canada edging forward. Alphonso Davies trying to work the ball into the path of Tejan Buchanan. He won't manage it, gets the second bite. The cherry this time runs into Sosa. Only half cleared though. Picked up by Junior Hoyland, 45 yards out, shoots a long way wide. And it's a pot shot, I'm afraid, for Canada, who seem to be running out of ideas and running out of time. 13.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Croatia 3, Canada 1. Don't know if I can see a way through here. Canada have surprised us before. They surprised us in the second minute with a header from Alphonso Davies from a well-whipped Tejan Buchanan cross. (3-1) the scoreline. Croatia have it in their own half with Petkovic, now over halfway. Has options down the line. Trying to get into an attacking position with Vlasic. Can't quite roll it off his feet, the Torino man, and so it's one back off him by Adekugbe. Now Kamal Miller, left edge of his penalty area, forward to Junior Hoyland, who's dropped deep. 78th minute of the match. Into Vittoria in the middle of his defence. Looks the long ball forward, something to chase. Adekugbe is coming up down the left-hand side. Can't threaten Juranovic enough to win the ball back, but Juranovic will pump it out for a throw into Canada. Throw is given away by Adekugbe. He presents it straight to Luka Modric, forward to Kovacic. Kovacic tracing away, now over halfway, gets away from Osorio. Forward it will come to Petkovic, and out to the left-hand side. Maybe running at the defence, might be Petkovic's way through. He shoots, goalkeeper saves, it's going to fall to Kovacic. Still there, shot goalwards, saved by the goalkeeper. And a shrug from Brozovic, who knows he should have done better. Does that keep Canada alive in this one? Croatian-born Milan Bojan saving. Now the ball will come forward down the line and into the centre circle. Slip forward towards Alphonso Davies. Can he keep it alive? Left edge of the penalty area, up towards the byline. Cuts it back, the crossing is poor. Junior Hoyland needed a better ball. It hits the first man. Canada will keep possession, but albeit on halfway now. Johnston looking to start the move again. And now we're going to have a stoppage because Ivan Perisic has gone down. Looked to be from the battle with Alistair Johnson when he got the shot away that then set up Marcelo Brozovic, who couldn't threaten Milan Bojan enough. The medical staff are on for him. So let's have a look at the game so far, which we played 79 minutes. Alphonso Davies opening the scoring in 2 minutes with a header past Dominic Livakovic. And then Andrej Kramaric on 36 minutes, levelling proceedings before Marko Livaja thumped one in from the edge of the area right on the stroke of half-time. Well, you say the stroke of half-time at the World Cup here, but with the inflated added time we're getting, it's not really true, is it? So there were still 5 minutes to hold out at the end of the first half, and Canada managed to keep the scoreline down at 2-1. That lasted until the 70th minute when Andrej Kramaric completed a brace before he was removed from play to allow Bruno Petkovic a crack of the whip. That's where we stand. Croatia topping the group, 3-1 up. Canada heading out of only their second ever World Cup finals. Is there a twist in the tail? We're going to start from a drop ball. Vittoria scoops that into the feet of Miller. Croatia momentarily down to 10. Vittoria and Miller trading passes inside their own half once again. They're going to go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Forward to halfway, over the head of Adekugbe. Now in the centre circle, Kone. Up against Kovacic. Works into the left-hand side, still nothing on though. Can't Adekugbe get down the line and bring in the black shirts further up the field. Has to go back to his goalkeeper once again. It's not the right end of the pitch for Canada at the moment. Final 10 minutes of normal time. They trail by 3 goals to 1. Thumped down the line, headed clear by Luka Modric. What should I say? Clear by his lookalike Borna Sosa, who's then clattered. A referee awards a free kick, and Sosa's down on the turf holding his face. It's a painful one. He's in a battle with Lucas Cavallini. He took the full force of it as he went down to ground, then took the full force of the Qatari turf. 9 minutes to go. Croatia 3, Canada 1. Long ball up towards the target. There is Vlasic. Kamal Miller does just enough to divert his header away from danger and out for a throw into Croatia. 20 yards from the corner flag. It's now the European fans who are singing. Turn their World Cup around here. Top of the group after an opening goalless draw against Morocco. Those two now share 4 points going into the final round of games. Those will take place on Thursday. Canada against Morocco. Croatia and Belgium meeting in the clash of heavyweights. The shot comes in from Perisic, 30 yards out. Long way wide of the target. So 8 minutes to go. Canada need 2 goals to keep themselves in this World Cup. If they were to find them, it'd still leave them bottom of the group. It would be Canada on 1, then Croatia on 2, behind Belgium 3, Morocco 4. Changes the dynamic once again. Only side who are assured to come after this with a good record is Morocco. Croatia need to do themselves as many favours as they can tonight before their match-up with the Red Devils. At the moment, only one likely to go through. Throw into Croatia, 7.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Played into feet of Brozovic, who's against Adekugbe. Now Petkovic down the line, goes back into his own half. Luka Modric trying to get into the action, chips it down the line. Run back by Adekugbe. His dreadlocks braided flap in the breeze as he moves it back inside his own half. Miller, left side of defence. Through the middle to Osorio. Turns, looks over halfway, nothing on. Has to go back towards Adekugbe. Here's Kone. Now into the centre of defence for Vitoria. Plays it through the middle. Looking to bring in his man down the right-hand side. Tajon Buchanan. More central to Alphonso Davies. His influence has been stunted in this second half. He's seen less and less of the ball. Tries to find a way through. Rolls it into the feet of Junior Hoylett. Now out to the left-hand side. It's an ambitious ball to try and reach Osorio. Juranovic can just let that one trickle out for a Croatian throw-in. Canada have 6 minutes to save their World Cup. 6 minutes plus the referee's discretion in added time. Modric running from his own half. Chips down the line. Up against Miller. Miller has got himself between body and ball. Modric running out of patience and tripping the Canadian. And then Modric leaves a foot in there to try and block the release of the ball from Kamal Miller. And there's a shove between those two. And it's a side you don't normally see for Luka Modric. And a yellow card apiece from the referee, which I think is probably a fair way to deal with the situation. Miller, from the reaction, pushing Luka Modric, and Modric from the block on the ball as Canada tried to release the play. Well, 2 men that could miss the next game for Canada with yellow cards, Alphonso Davies and Alistair Johnston. Neither of them have been booked. Luka Modric, that's a yellow card that he could have avoided. Johnston clears for Canada. Now chasing this one's Buchanan, gets into the penalty area. Great tackle by Gvardiol though to whip it away from him and get it out for a throw-in. So a triple change now being plotted by Croatia. So they look to hang on to this win. Won't get time for it yet though. Johnston, right edge of the penalty area. Down the line to Davies, up against Sosa. Options in the centre, twist onto his left foot, back up the line. Here comes the cross, Johnston into the back of Perisic. Heads back over his shoulder, keeps the move alive. Johnston, more central this time. Is there anything save Canada now? 86th minute of the game. Foul committed by Marcelo Brozovic on halfway. So a free kick to come for Canada, but not before we have these substitutions. Triple it will be. coming off first up. You can see Ivan Perisic receives a warm commendation. Mislav Orsic makes his way on. Attacker, foreign attacker. Now Luka Modric is going to join him, having just picked up a yellow card as well. And on in midfield, we'll see Lovro Maia. This is football for Rennes in France. One final change still to be made. You see Mateo Kovacic departing as well. In his stead will be Mario Pasalic of Atalanta, earning his 45th cap. Canada get us back underway. 3.5 minutes of normal time remain then. Goals from Levaya and 2 from Kramaric, undone the work of Davis in the second minute to nod Canada into the lead. Now Canada need snookers to get themselves out of this tight spot. Heading out the World Cup as it stands. 2 teams in the group on 4 points going into the final round of games. Morocco and Croatia sitting pretty in the top 2. Belgium trailing on 3. Canada not done yet though. Ball forward comes towards Cavallini. Tipped away by the defence. It was Lovren with the interception. Sosa trying to clear down the right hand side. Brings in Lovro Maia. Now spreads the pass more central towards the run of Brozovic. Now out to the left hand side. Croatia try and move it. 88th minute of the game. Had a lot of changes in this second half, so I won't be surprised if we see several minutes of added time. Only the 1 goal. Kramaric just second. Could have had a hat-trick if his studs had been a little bit longer. Diving in at the near post to turn across home. Relief on the face of Milan Borjan as he saw the pass, the cross flash by. Canada heading forward. Tackle on Junior Hoylett, but still a throw-in to come for the Canadians. It's going to be taken by Johnston, halfway inside his own half. Plays it short. That was a dangerously close delivery of the ball to the turf. It might have caught the referee's attention for a second foul throw-in. It's not the place you want to give it away. Canada have worked it in play and now won a second throw-in further up the field. So 20 yards from the corner flag. Hoylett takes it quickly into Alphonso Davies, who tries too much skill to get the ball down the line again. Against Vlasic, puts it straight out of play. Borna Sosa will take his time over the throw-in. 90 seconds of normal time remain. Croatia 3, Canada 1. Sosa still bouncing the ball in his hands. Launches this one down the line. Headed on by Petkovic. That ensues. It's going to come up Trump slow for Davis, who then has it pinched off him by Pasalic. Pasalic forward. Now Croatia trying to break. Taking it over halfway with Bruno Petkovic. Out to the right-hand side. Juranovic coming forward. Rare foray into the Canadian half for him in his last 15 minutes. Canada try and wrestle their way back into this game and keep their World Cup survival on. Not going to plan though. Croatia lead 3-1. It's back in the Croatian defence with Lovren. All the way back to the last line of it with Levakovic, who thumps forward over halfway. Chested down by Petkovic, sent back into the midfield. Pasalic forward. Croatia move this one nicely. Orsic out to the left-hand side. Here's Petkovic. Could make it 4. Cuts it back. Shot goalwards from Orsic. Straight at the goalkeeper. Now Canada have possession again. 30 seconds of normal time remaining. Bowled out by the Croatian-born goalkeeper. Picked up by Kone. Plays it back towards the edge of his box. Now Canada must come forward again. Here's Kone one more time. Has options down the right-hand side and through the centre. Opts to hold it himself though. He's been harried and hustled from the bench by John Herdman. Forward to Junior Hoylett it goes. 10 seconds left of normal time remaining. Croatia 3-1 ahead. Canada heading out. In the centre circle now, it's brought to the control by Osorio. Miller. Canada must come Kukbe on the left-hand side. Canada can't break down his Croatia defensive wall. Everyone behind the ball for the European outfit. Vittoria in the centre circle. Forward to Hoylett. Tries to turn Pasalic. 6 minutes of added time to be played. Forward to Alphonso Davies. Edge of the penalty area. Right-hand side now for Johnston. Trying to get the cross in. Past Orsic towards the back post. Half-headed clear by Lovren. And shimmied away from goal Marcelo Brozovic, who helps it on its way. Croatia have a throw-in and a chance to reset the tempo. Canada, for all their effort, are not coming up trumps. In fact, it's been given as a free kick. Steven Vittoria trying to win a header halfway inside the Croatian half has climbed, or been adjudged to have climbed into the back of Bruno Petkovic. A free kick means that Croatia can kill the clock some more. 1 minute of the 6 elapsed. Still waiting for this free kick to be taken. 20 yards it is inside the Croatia half. Brozovic plays back towards his own goal, into the feet of Livakovic. Livakovic punts downfield. Flicked on by Orsic. Cleared by Vittoria up towards halfway. Taken down out the sky. Canada going to have a free kick as Vittoria was caught as he released that ball. Taken quickly by Kone. Too quickly for the referee's liking and too far forward as well. Take your pick. Sent back to where it should have been, which is halfway between the centre circle and the Canadian penalty area. So Vittoria, the taker, trades a pass. 2 passes with Miller. Miller sends it long on the left boot. Junior Hoylett controls right-footed far side the Canadian left. Halfway inside the Croatian half. 3-1 Canada trail. Heading out of the World Cup. 4 minutes of added time remain. Long crossfield ball taken down on the chest of Tajon Buchanan up against Sosa. Up by the corner flag. Corner of the area now, it's given to Johnston. Back to Alphonso Davies. Options in black in the centre. It's curled in towards the back post. Defensive header away. Where's it going to drop? Fire back into the defensive reaches. Cleared by Juranovic. Out towards the man who had the shot, Hoylett. Chip back in over the top. Again, the header clear. This time from Gvardiol. Hits once more by Hoylett. Shoots goalwards. Oh, just wide. Just wide of the post, and the Reading man controlled it well. He's come on to make a difference in the second half. He very nearly did there. Controlled it first on his knee. Teed himself up, but couldn't get the angle he needed. Maybe Livakovic had it covered out to his right-hand side. Went straight through, unopposed though. And by the time this goal kick is airborne, we'll have had half the 3 allotted minutes of added time. Slipping away from Canada now. Croatia have their World Cup back on track, you would feel. This puts them top of the group on goals scored ahead of Morocco. And the Croats face Belgium on Thursday in their final game. Belgium needing a result from that one to go through. As it stands, can Canada find something now? 3 minutes of added time remaining. Forward they'll come on the edge of the penalty area. Out to Adekugbe, crosses towards the back post, might be too deep. Headed down by Buchanan, cleared by Gvardiol from inside the 6-yard box. It will be picked up by Orsic. Sends it over halfway. Oh, that's a mistake. Kamal Miller's lost it. He's presented it to his opponent, and now Orsic coming forward. Orsic has got queuing up, and it's sent in for the 4th now. And that's it. Canada are heading out of the World Cup. The dream is over as Lovro Mayer thumps in to the back of the net. The mistake from Kamal Miller on the halfway line. He presented it straight to the Dinamo Zagreb man who hurried down the left flank. It was 2 on 1 all the way from there. The only battle that Croatia faced was keeping their man on side. And Lovro Mayer just gracefully cuts the ball into the half unguarded net. It's the end of the line for Canada in this World Cup. They are falling to defeat in their second group game. It's Croatia 4, Canada 1. We're into the 95th minute should I say, 6 added on. Miller has his head in his hands, but I think the game had already gone. 3-goal cushion now for the Croats, who are doing themselves plenty of help going into their final decider with Belgium. Now top of the group by a goal differential. As Canada whip the ball in under the crossbar, it will drop, saved by the goalkeeper Livakovic. He goes down. Croatia happy to see out this final minute now. They are well and truly on top. Maya thumping that ball home. It's the ball sent long. Croatia set themselves up well for progression. Only twice out of the 5 times they've been at the World Cup have they progressed beyond the group stage. Each time they've got to the semi-finals or better. Petkovic 45 yards out, looking for a way through. It's looked to have been Croatia's day for a long time now. Canada still going for that consolation as they pick it up with Adekugbe on halfway. Into Osorio, chips it through the middle, tries to turn. Lovren shutting down that move, and now Croatia will go again. 20 seconds left. It's a stray pass though, straight out to play in the far side for a Canada throw. Adekugbe goes back towards Miller. Miller over halfway, looking for Kone, completely misplaced it. And now Croatia come forward again, and this could get worse for Canada. Here's Mislav Orsic, sends it forward, stretching Kamal Miller, slips it away. Petkovic was there, trying to trail on and get the ball there. Miller furious with himself, he gave away the ball for the 4th goal. He gave the ball away then, managed to make amends, but furious as he slams the turf. Had to come and almost take his own man out, Ismail Kone. That's the final whistle then. Canada are out of the World Cup. Croatia go to the top of Group F. The final score, Croatia 4, Canada 1.